Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your energy. But I got some bad news for you. Yeah.
You don't let us down again?
Yeah. It looks like Trudeau is again delaying calling by-elections here in Burnaby South and for the hundreds of thousands of Canadians who are going to continue to not have representation. Shame. It is a shame. And there's a trend. This government again and again is telling Canadians, telling people to wait. We've seen this trend developing. They're saying wait when it comes to the housing crisis. And instead of action, instead of doing anything on it, they're saying just wait. They're not prepared to actually do anything. When it comes to the cost of medication, again, they're saying just wait while we study drug prices. At the same time, people are having to make a tough decision, an incredibly hard decision between housing and heating and cost of living and purchasing medication, life-saving medication. They're just telling people to wait.
Can't afford to wait.
People can't afford to wait. But they're saying wait. They're saying wait while they give billions of dollars in tax giveaways to corporations, while at the same time people are being laid off, their pensions are being stolen. Again, they're telling people to wait. They're saying wait. Wait for action on climate change while they give billions of dollars to subsidize the fossil fuel sector. Shame. And again, they're telling people to wait for the basic right to have representation. The basic right to have an elected representative. And why are they doing this? This is going to hurt hundreds of thousands of Canadians who don't have representation, haven't had it for so long. This is a decision that impacts the bedrock of our democracy. Having an elected representative in Ottawa is the bedrock of our representational government, of our system. But the reason that they're doing this, it makes it clear that they're not doing this in the best interests of Burnaby South. They're not doing this in the best interests of Canadians. They're doing it in their own political interest. And that's deeply disappointing. Because again and again, we're seeing that this government has laid it out that people are not their priority. They have made it clear. People know that they are not the priority to this government. Look at the actions this government has done. Have they made life easier for people? No. Have they made life more affordable for people? No. The exact opposite. Life has become more expensive, more difficult. And let's look at the contrast. When corporations, when wealthy, the well-connected, when they ask for things like tax giveaways, this government does what? Jumps to action, does it right away. But when working families, when people, when families who are struggling say they need some relief, they need some help, they're worried about the cost of medication, they're worried about the rising out-of-pocket cost of healthcare, this government, again, is nowhere to be found. Time and time again, this government's made it clear that people are not their priority. And the Conservatives, they're responsible for many of the problems that we're facing today. So they're the same, and they're not changing. Ottawa and governments in Ottawa for too long have made decisions that have time and time again made life harder for families. It doesn't have to be this way. We can change this. We are going to change this. I'm determined to take on Ottawa with your support. Absolutely. We can make things better. We can take on Ottawa and we can change things. We can invest in housing. We can actually make it a priority, and we can end the speculation which is driving up housing costs unsustainably, so that people can't find a place to live in their own communities. People can't afford to find a place to live in Burnaby. We can actually invest in our healthcare system and make sure people can afford medication and make sure medication is covered for everyone in our country. Yes. And we can. My friends, we can and we must defend our environment and invest our public resources, our public dollars, not in pipelines, but in the economy of the future, a green economy with clean energy jobs. This is all possible together, my friends, and we're going to make it happen together. But I want to send a message today, one clear message to Mr. Trudeau. Mr. Trudeau, stop the delays. Call this by-election here in Burnaby South and the other by-elections across this country now, immediately.
Here, here. Here, here.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you.